Hello and welcome to the Bean Show. So I have these teeny little Thai constellations with tissue cultures. Oh, you can't really see it. It's right there. Here you go. Boop. So I got these little teeny plants in the bag, and there's 6 of them per bag. And what we're going to do is we're going to open them today and pull them out. I already have some that I started, so let me show you what they're gonna look like. And I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so here's one of those little dudes that's already done. So it's in this media called Fluval, and I will show you all the steps that we need to do to acclimate your little tissue cultures. So if you do get some tissue cultures online, this is how you handle them. So what I have here is Thai constellations, a little teeny plant, but it's got a nice root. And I'm going to put them all into this little tiny container, just like that. These plants are pretty strong. Not all the tissue cultures are as strong as the monsteras. The monsteras are very strong plants, so their tissue cultures come out real strong. Okay, get rid of the gel. I try to leave as much gel behind in the package as I can. This one's a really messed up one. It doesn't really have a root, so I'm gonna kind of remove this bottom leaf so that it can provide energy to the top leaves. And this one I'm gonna put aside, but we're gonna continue with the rest. I'll show you what to do with this later, if you do get one that's not the best. All the other ones I've gotten were great, so I'm not too upset. Okay, so here you go. First of all, get yourself a little wash bottle that is a high pressure little nozzle like this one, and you can blast the gel away from your little plant, especially from the roots that are going to be submerged and are going to stay wet, and clean up those little leaves. If it comes with a yellow leaf like this one here, well, it's really hard to see today for some reason. Is that bright again? I could have sworn I made it darker. Okay, so this one has like this leaf right here. It's really dead and yellow. It's kind of why it's glowing like that. So remove it. If it comes off easy like this one did, that's okay to pull it off. So you're gonna end up with this little teeny plant, and hopefully it has a nice little root like this one does. Nice chunky little root. And after you're done blasting away all of the gel, I'm gonna put it in the next container. So now it's over here. You can barely see it, but it's in there. And I'm gonna get the rest of them and just rinse them off the same way, pulling off any leaves that come off easy as far as the yellow ones go, and blasting the gel away. This one has a really nice root. Look at the size of that root. Leaves look good too. It's a nice little plant. Unlike the first one. Okay. This little batch seems to have several dying leaves. Kind of want to take this one off too, but dangerous. Oh no. It's dangerous because I might break the root off like I just did. But I'll put this one in the pile with the other one that barely has a root. And then finally, there's what, 2 more in here? Okay, so we have 2 that have very tiny roots. The rest, we rinse them off. They're out in here in the little dish. Keep them wet. Make sure they don't dry out. And those that have the lack of root, I just use this stuff. It's called take root. Little stuff you can get at Home Depot. Oh, garden stuff. Garden Safe, I guess is the name. It's rooting hormones. So you just take your little plant. It's a white powder. And you dip it in that white powder, just like that. This light is really bright today. And once you have it dipped in that little white powder, then you can go ahead and place it into the place where it's going to grow roots, which right now I'm just going to place it right here until I do that to this one. Okay. And now it has that little white tip. Yeah. Hi, Rancour. That's a UV light. Yeah, I probably shouldn't be underneath it, but you know, who cares? I like it. Pretty colors. Okay, so that's how you get your little roots to grow. Just get yourself some rooting hormones. Okay, and then what I have to put them in is I already prepared all of these, but it's like little volcanic pumice. This stuff is called, let me stack them here and I'll show you in a second. It's called Fluval. It's really nice aquatic plant media, so it's good for like bacteria not to grow in it. Hi, Fire Pit. Hi. Bowls and plants. So you put this stuff in here to avoid bacterial growth. And I'm putting my little plants in each one. Okay. So yeah, this stuff is called Fluval. It's just like black pumice stuff. I have some like volcanic rock mixed with it. Let me get you just the Fluval. Just the Fluval. That is just the Fluval. So like this one has Fluval and volcanic rocks. You can see the difference. And this one's just straight Fluval. This stuff is great. It doesn't allow bacteria to grow in there and mold. So it's really good for teeny plants that need to stay wet. Yeah. Okay. Should we smoke a bowl? Before I get my hands in all of these, because that's going to happen. Yeah, this stuff is really good for not having the mold. I also have this spray. Oh, I've got a few sprays here. I have all kinds of stuff. But I have this little plant preservative. And the plant preservative, well, it preserves plants and nothing else. So no mold and no bacteria, no animals, no fungi, just plants. So it also doesn't allow little bugs and critters and things to grow in there. But let's take a hit of the bowl before we continue. And then I'm going to stand all of these little guys up. I'm going to cover their little root with Fluval And then we're gonna water them and spray them and do all the good stuff. So, cheers. Fluval is F-L-U-V-A-L. Look for aquatic fluval. Okay. So here's what you do. Take your little dude. Stick your little finger in there like that. Create a little groove. And then I place the plant. It's not going to stand up right away. But with this stuff, let me see if I can do it while holding it on for the camera. Oh. Okay, I'm just going to hold on with my finger. Normally you don't have to hold it because you have both your hands. You're not like lifting everything. But I just pour a little bit of the fluval on top. And because this stuff is, like I said, it's like volcanic rocks, it's kind of heavy. So it sits and it holds your little plant right in place, which is really nice actually, because then you don't have to hold your little plant. And you just cover the roots just like that. Make sure you cover it enough. And I'll do that to the rest of these and get them to all settle. To grow or to eat? What kind of shrooms? Are you talking about plant kind of growth? I mean, you could grow and eat them, I guess. Fluval medium. Oh, I see. Yes, can't test for those. Well, technically you can, but yeah, no, nobody does. Nobody uses the rat tests. Okay. This little dude without a root is probably gonna die, but I'm gonna try anyway. And this little guy also is probably gonna die, but I'm gonna try. Okay. Alright, so now that I forgot one of them in here. Oh shoot. Don't forget your little dude. Well, it's not the weekend, it's Monday. Right? I mean, I think it's Monday. It's not like I go to a physical job sometimes, so I lose track. I just work with my plants. Okay. So I have them all in there. Take your little wash bottle with clean water, obviously. And I just basically rinse, not rinse, but like get the entire top layer wet. So I just do like a little, like that. And I rinse the plant a little bit. And then that's it. I don't put enough water in there for it to soak to the bottom. Well, no, it does soak to the bottom, but it's not enough for it to sit in the bottom and puddle up. So, I don't know if you can see them, but it's mostly dry, but you can see some wet parts. And then after some time, the whole thing should be wet. So like this one that I did earlier starts to have like moisture go through and go down. And then it starts to distribute over time. The fluval is really good because it pulls really nicely, almost like perlite. It's real nice stuff. What's this? What's this? Hearing sounds. Boo-boo. out of that. Alright. Back to what I was doing. Those sounds loud. Okay. So I just have to water all of them. Give them all a nice little gentle rinse. This helps them, you know, get any extra jelly off the leaves in case there is some jelly or in case you got some dust while putting the Fluval on there. So I just like to give the leaves a little extra. Yeah, that's the media. That stuff is really good. It's a little pricey, but you can reuse it if you keep it clean, obviously, if you don't mix it with anything. Like mine is probably the 3rd time I'm reusing it, and I haven't had any problems with this batch with any bacteria or anything. So I've also kept it really clean this time. I'm getting better at like keeping my stuff extra sanitized. Okay, so now that I've rinsed all of them, take some kind of plant preservative. They have stuff at Home Depot like antifungal, antibacterial, liquid, concentrate probably. Put it in your little wash bottle, and I give them like a good little rinse, spraying. Just like that. And then after you spray them with some plant preservative like this one, get yourself some cheap little caps. And I like to spray the insides of them as I put them over my little plants one by one. Oops, this one's stuck together. I washed these earlier, so they're all sticking now. Not the best idea. Should let them dry first. Okay. Let's put that one there. I have some red colored ones and then some white colored ones. It helps me label the ones that I think are special or something, you know. Boom shrooms. I'll look it up afterwards. I've been trying the polka dot chocolate bars. They have different flavors, and we've been exploring the different flavors on those. Those are really good little mushroom bars. Yum. Okay. So now your little tissue culture plant. Let's look at this one. This one's got kind of nice variegation. They're all so tiny, so you can't tell yet. You kind of tell. Anyway, keep them capped. If you keep them like this for a week, hopefully nothing should grow as far as bacteria or anything like that. Just your little plant should grow. And then after about a week, I slowly start, you know, kind of just tipping the cap. I leave it a little bit tipped, and then I start to kind of like force it into the soil so it stays open more. And eventually I take it off, and I do that over a process of at least a week. So I leave them fully capped for a week, and then in the next week I start to slowly tip those caps off. And don't leave them anywhere breezy. So as you do that, obviously keep them somewhere nice and safe. You do want light airflow, but not heavy airflow. Light airflow. Take it easy. All right. That's one batch there. Sweet. I gotta put these back over here now. And keep them all in these little containers because I can stack the containers on top of each other. And then I can put them next to their grow light, and it goes through the container pretty well, so you can, you know, like I said, have them stacked. A little baby safe. I always like to do things in like dishes too, because sometimes you spill all this stuff and it's just a kind of a nightmare. It's not powdery until you get to the bottom of the batch, but it is, you know, black volcanic stuff, so it can be pretty messy. So get yourself a nice dish to work on. Keep your little baby safe that way in case you spill. All right. Okay, let's move on to the next 6, and then we'll be done after that. I'm not doing the entire batch right now because they take forever sometimes. I have 60 of them to do, and that was 6 of them. How long does that take? I never really time myself. 20 minutes for about 6, but that's like me being distracted. I could do that much quicker. All right. I'm gonna make my little grooves first. Like that feeling of the fluval. If you get some of it, you're gonna like it. It's like soft. They're like these round little soft beads, but they're hard. Soft but hard. Let me get a fun batch. This one looks like it's got some fun colors. I'll try this one. Got some nice little white parts on these leaves. Okay. Put your little plants to get bathed. I don't use like preservatives or, you know, antibacterial water or anything like that in the wash bottle. Some people do. I don't find the need for it, but I'm sure it doesn't hurt to do that. Look at this one, they're attached. Little roots are precious when they're young. You don't want to break them off. Okay. The reason you blast all that gel off, even though they're growing in the gel and they're happy because the gel has, you know, like the hormones and the nutrients for the plant. Once you open that bag, the gel itself will also have nutrients and everything else for mold and for bacteria. So once you open that bag, you introduce everything else, all the other contaminants into it. And because of that, you have to really blast that gel away from the plant, because otherwise you'll get some mold and bacteria growing really close to the roots of your plant, which is obviously not a great thing. So that's why you want to make sure to get as much of that as you can away from the roots and away from the leaves and basically away from the whole plant. With Clorox? Oh, you mean like your supplies, not your plants. It'd be crazy to wash your plants with Clorox. But yes, watching what your supplies with like a 10% solution or a 5% solution, it is a good idea. It's a nice sanitizer. Yep, and it's one of the most affordable too. It works the best and it's affordable. This darn little root has a little gel globlet in it. Goblet? Goblet? Goblet. Goblet. I don't know what I'm trying to say. You probably know what I'm trying to say, but I don't. Goblet. Goblet. Darn it. Okay. Got my little plants here. Get this water away. The water of the jelly. Where's the other water with the jelly? This is the nasty gelatinous wash water. Keep that away. Okay, little planties. The reason I do both volcanic rock and like the nice Fluval is because the volcanic rock is cheaper and it's easier to wash and all that good stuff. The Fluval is like more sensitive, so if I take it through rinses, it kind of breaks up and it washes away a little bit. So I use this as a top layer and as a layer that touches the roots. That way it's like, you know, doing good for the plant. But there's also like Fluval mixed with my volcanic rock. It's not just a bottom of volcanic rock because that wouldn't be that great for it. The volcanic rock doesn't come with nutrients versus the Fluval comes with plant nutrients for those aquarium plants that it's supposed to be, you know, used for. So one has like embedded iron and magnesium and I don't know, whatever else Fluval might have. And I think it also controls pH, if I'm correct. I don't know, maybe, possibly. But yeah, if you don't do like high volumes of plants, I would use just Fluval. I would not use the volcanic rock at all. I just do a ton, so. Okay, little plants. A little bit more. I like to give it like a nice little layer. Ta-da! And then you can rinse your little babies. Having a wash bottle is like one of the best things ever. Love these things. I do. There's a little teeny plant. Can you see it behind me? It's right there. And there's one right there, and then I have a couple outside. They kind of hang out. It actually looks like it might need a little water. It looks a little droopy. Poor thing. Let's water it. Come here, little dude. Oh, it's fine. It's not droopy. Just had a little look. Little dude, it's so teeny right now. It needs to grow. Oh, die. Because my grow lights are off right now, but normally there's brighter lights over there. I don't put the baby in the dark corner like it is right now. A squirt bottle noise. Is it because you couldn't see it and you were wondering what it was, or because it's just a distinct sound? Okay, let's spray it with our antibacterial spray. This one's the one I've been using. With that plant preservative. The mic picked that up too. All my spray noises. That's funny. That's awesome. Get some nice ASMR. Okay. There they are. And then you just watch your babies grow. So I have this one. Where is it? Is it even here? I had one. What even happened to my plant? Oh, it's over here. Come here, little dude. This one is, gosh, how old is it now? I got this back in December. So yeah, this is about 6 months old now. And you can tell how much it's grown. So that's like about 6 months of growth. It's a pretty decent amount of growth, and I'm getting some nice colors on my plants. Oh, yeah, pretty. And then if you wait, you know, a couple years, you'll get, where's my little baby over here? This guy over here. So this is like a 2-year-old plant or so. And it just got a new pole recently. So here's one of the pretty ties I got. I like this one particularly just because it's not too many white blotches. It's kind of evenly distributed. Nice little constellation style. I've been getting a curvy leaf. I don't know what's up with this leaf, but it keeps curving. Just maybe it just wants to curve. But I gave it this little pole recently, and it seems to be like, you probably can't see, but there's a little root in there, and it's already digging its root into the pole. Seems to be fond of it. It's a tiny pole for now, but it will increase slowly. So yeah, so all these little babies in a couple years, maybe. That's like a 2.5-year-old maybe plant. And it's been obviously under grow light and nice conditions, and I'm like misting it. Taking really good care of it. So, but I think 6 months is still a good amount of growth to get a nice little like plant with plenty of color and plenty of fun like change throughout that time. So pretty. Anyhow, Gonna smoke another bowl. Actually, just take another hit. And then I'm gonna get out of here for today. I just came to hang out while I did a little bit of my plants. I have 1, 2, 3. I don't have many more to finish. I did some earlier today. And then I have, what's 3 times 6? 18? My brain. So yeah, I got 18 left. And I'll do those tomorrow on stream. And smoke that bowl. Smoking this weed called Mule Fuel. That's the strain. And it makes me a little bit slow, like a mule. Makes me a little bit like difficult to process things. Cheers. For the stream tomorrow, oh gosh, you're gonna make me give you a time that I'm probably like gonna space out on. Most likely in the morning around 10 a.m. in California time. Nah. Yeah, for sure. Watch, I'm gonna space out and then I'm gonna lose my pen. Then you're gonna leave forever. Okay. I'm gonna put the rest of these little plants with their other friends. Here you go, dudes. I have a feeling these are going to come out nice. This is a nice batch of plants. These are going to be fun. All right. Sweet. So those are all my little babies. I've got a whole bunch of them, and I'm really excited about it. All right, but I'm gonna get out of here today. Let's do a little bean dance, a little disco bean dance. Put my little plants away here with the other babies. All right, are you ready? Oh, my head's cut off. Oh, I guess my head's cut off. Well, I guess my head's cut off. I'm shaped like a jelly bean. I'm shaped like a jelly bean. I'm shaped like a jelly bean. Living as a desert bean. Bean. Little disco bean. Shiny bean. Alright. The red plastic, I know it's not a great idea at all. I was gonna say that earlier. I mentioned the red plastic thing. They should be green to allow other lights through, but actually at the same time it does also transmit the green light. So the red ones, as much as I thought it was gonna do that because I thought it was gonna, you know, reflect red since it's red, it actually reflects and transmits. So this one does both. I thought of that. But I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. It's the right wavelength. Technically, they should all just be clear, but yeah, no. Anyway. I know what you're saying. All right. I will see you tomorrow. I'll come back for more plant streams. Bye, plant friends.